And I am so excited to bring you a amazing screenwriter, filmmaker, and she writes different genres of sci-fi, horror, and magical realm. And I'm going to bring her on right now. Hold on a second. Let's see. There you go. Hi.
Hey, Melissa.
How you doing?
I'm
trying
doing
to
great.
record and get this all set. And thank you for being so ready. Okay, we got here. You are a screenwriter, a filmmaker, and you have this new film out called The Second Age of Aquarius.
Yeah, that's coming in February, actually, on Valentine's Day weekend. So myself and my partners are super happy about it. It's a sci-fi rock and roll fantasy comedy.
Oh, that's cool. And you wrote a book kind of with rock and roll, like an episode called let's see. You wrote something, Earworms, Rock and Roll Nightmares, right?
Oh yeah. Rock and Roll Nightmares is a series of books. It's a collection of 3 horror comedy fictional short stories. Myself and some other authors participated, and they take place, one volume's in the 60s, one is in the 70s, and another is in the 80s. And the earworms part of that is that they're also available via audiobooks.
Oh, that's cool. And so the Second Age of Aquarius, it kind of has that rock and roll flair. Are they both similar from your books to the things that you filmed?
Yeah. Well, the books have more of a horror element to them, whereas the film, The Second Age of Aquarius, is more of a sci-fi comedy. And it's kind of like, I call it Oliver Stone's The Doors meets Weird Science, because it's about a departed rock and roll star, fictional, from the 60s, who died at the age of 27 in 1970. And he's resurrected as an avatar through a computer programmer's computer. So yeah, that's where the weird science element kind of comes in. It's a lot of fun.
Is it all animated?
No, actually, it's live action. We have 2 excellent actors playing the rock star and the computer programmer. Michael Ursu plays Russell Aquarius, and Christina Kalf plays Alberta, the programmer who brings him back to life.
Wow. What's it like to put together a film? Is it hard?
Yes, it can be. Luckily it's a team effort. So this is co-produced with Darren Gordon-Smith, who co-wrote this screenplay with me. And so he's the creator of Repo, the Genetic Opera, which is another sci-fi musical.
Oh, that's cool.
So he wrote all original songs. And then Brooke Lewis and Nancy Long. So we all produced it together. And then, so I directed it, and it's a small cast. So luckily we were able to keep things under control. It's not like a cast of thousands or anything.
So tell us who you are. You're Staci Layne Wilson. Tell us about you growing up. Like, did you always want to be in films, or did you, like, this is something you've always wanted to do, or what?
Not necessarily, but I did grow up in Hollywood. Both of my parents are in the entertainment industry. So I just kind of grew up with that vibe. My mom's a writer and my dad's a musician, but I always wanted to write. That was always my thing. I remember writing and hand illustrating little books when I was a kid on typing paper. So that was always something that I wanted to do, is write. But I never really set out to direct. It just kind of fell into it. And it's something that's a lot of fun to me, but screenwriting or writing books is really where my heart is at.
And people can hire you to do that.
Yeah, this is true.
That's cool. So like, if somebody had an idea, they come to you. How do they do that process?
Well, it depends. I mean, I do ghostwrite scripts for people if they have an idea for a screenplay, but say they're not an accomplished writer. I can write that and do it under their name, or I can co-write a script. So if they want my name on it, or I can even do work for hire for studios, which I have done for some small production companies. They may have an idea for a movie that they want to shoot, and they already have the location and cast, but they just need a script. So that is something that I have done. many
How do you,
times.
how do you go about getting the actors? Do you put something in like Backstage magazine, or like how do you do that? For
Well,
friends, you collaborate.
yeah, usually it's through friends and collaborators, because having grown up in LA and just been in the industry for so long, that I just kind of know actors. But in the case of the second age of Aquarius, where we really lucked out with the young actor to play the rock star Russell Aquarius, because he has to sing, he has to act, he has to play guitar, he has to look a certain way. And I
Wow.
happened to, yeah, it was, he's
So what's
kind
he
of
look like?
he recently got cast as Eddie Vedder. So if you imagine a
Oh,
young Eddie Vedder, he looks like that.
okay. Oh,
Yeah,
cool.
great guy. And I did happen to find him on Backstage. I was just kind of looking for a certain type, and he popped up, and he wound up to be perfect.
Yeah, a lot of people go through like Casting Network. I don't even know
Mhm.
if they're still around, but Casting
Yeah.
Network, Backstage. I always liked Backstage. Okay, it says here that oh, you like traffic, wildfires, and earthquakes. What's that all about?
That's just a little joke. That's an LA thing. Yeah, that's just kind of our thing in LA. But I recently moved to Las Vegas, so I have to learn to love 110-degree summers and old casinos and
Oh, that's cool.
desert, basically. But
Yeah, you
I
said
always
it smells
find
like
that,
rat.
yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Oh, just inspiration from wherever I'm at. So it's all good.
Oh, that's great. Stars on Guitars. That was your father's
Yeah, that is
inspiration?
yeah, that's a music documentary that I directed about my dad's group, The Ventures, which is a surf rock group from the 60s, but
Oh,
they're still going on. They did have a 50 plus year career with my dad, and he actually toured up until he was 85 years old. So, yeah,
wow.
those songs are, Hawaii Five-O and Perfidia, Walk Don't Run was their biggest first hit. So a
I
lot of
love
the
that.
guitar players were inspired by them. So that's the upshot of the documentary, which is streaming just about everywhere right now.
And like on Hulu, Netflix, all that.
It's not on Netflix, but it is on Prime. It's on iTunes. It's on Vudu, Vimeo. I mean, just about anywhere you can stream, you can find it. And it has some really great guitar players in it. I got to interview Jimmy Page for it, and
That's
John
what I was going to ask
Fogerty,
you.
and yeah,
Okay.
some of the really big ones. So it's really fun.
What was it like working on the red carpet?
That was a rather long career that I had. Yes, I worked for everyone from the Sci-Fi Channel to Yahoo Movies, and
Wow.
yeah, I did that for about 15 years and would cover Comic-Con, and yeah, it was grueling at times, but also, of course, you can't trade, as that experience of getting to meet just such a wide variety of extremely talented and wonderful people.
Absolutely. So if you weren't doing screenwriting and like storytelling and all that magical realism and stuff like that, what would you be doing?
So if I didn't work in the entertainment industry at all, I would like to either be an interior designer. I do love, yeah, I love style and fashion, or a stylist or something like that. Something to do with aesthetics.
Oh, that's nice. Yeah. I have a company called On the Red Carpet Skincare. It's fabulous. It's from South Africa, and I have to send you some. So,
Oh yeah, that'd be
yeah, it's
fantastic.
awesome. So, let's see. Where can people find you, and where can people watch? Is you have a .com, StaciLayneWilson.com, correct?
That's right. That's my name, as you see on the screen here. Just spell that out without any spaces or dashes.com. So that's kind of a clearinghouse for everything else. So people can also find the website for the Ventures documentary, or they can look for my books on Amazon through there. It's kind of a little catch-all website for everything.
That's great. And again, Staci Layne is a screenwriter, filmmaker. She writes different type of genres, right? Science fiction, horror, magical realms. That's the last question. Tell us about the magical realms.
Well, I actually it's magical realism. So that is kind of like it's fantasy, but it's based in our real lives. So that's
That's cool.
Yeah, it's relatable, but it's still magical.
That's fabulous. So we really appreciate you being on the red carpet here with me, Melissa D. Gordon. And today we had Staci Layne Wilson. And don't forget to check out her website. And we wish you a very Merry Christmas, Happy Hanukkah, and Happy New Year.
Thank you.
Okay, you're welcome. I don't know what you celebrate, but happy.
It's all good. I like to just celebrate.
That's good. So, yeah, I had to look in a camera here, and I have this to work, and it's like juggling. So I still have to get, my all my type of production to get together. So, but it's pretty cool. I really thank you for being on today, and please keep us updated. Share, and have just a wonderful day. And thank you so much.
All right. So nice to meet you.
You too. Bye-bye.
Bye.